Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana Midday.
Welcome to NewsLink Indiana Midday. I'm Abby Urban. The Utah jail holding the suspected shooter of Charlie Kirk is keeping a special watch on him. The Utah County Sheriff's Office says Tyler Robinson is being held in a special housing unit so staff can keep a close eye on him. Robinson will remain under enhanced supervision until he completes a mental health evaluation. That process could take several days. Authorities say while jail officials are unaware of any specific suicide comments from Robinson, he'll be continued to be watched by staff. Robinson is accused of killing the conservative political activist during Kirk's visit to Utah Valley University last Wednesday. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio at his office in Jerusalem today. His visit comes amid Israel's escalating assault on Gaza City, as Rubio arrived in the country for discussions about the war and the hostages. Also today, the leaders of several Arab and Islamic countries are expected to attend an emergency summit in Doha as a show of support to Qatar after Israel conducted a strike on its capital city on September 9th. The White House's plan to push forward its aggressive agenda aimed at undocumented immigrants is spilling over into Chicago area streets, with opponents staging a 12-hour protest outside of an ICE processing center in one suburb, and with the fatal shooting of a motorist by an ICE officer in another suburb. Sherelle Hubbard has details on the immigration enforcement operations in Chicago.
A 12-hour grassroots demonstration. It began at 8 a.m. outside of an ICE processing facility in Broadview, Illinois. The demonstration, put on by community members, activists, and faith leaders, has at times escalated quickly. The Chicago area has become a flashpoint in the Trump administration's efforts to detain and deport immigrants amidst the president's threats to deploy the National Guard to the city. This week, the Department of Homeland Security also announced Operation Midday Blitz, targeting undocumented immigrants in Illinois with criminal records.
We'd love to go into Chicago and straighten it out.
A person targeted during an Immigration and Customs Enforcement traffic stop in a Chicago suburb Friday morning was shot and killed by an officer, according to the Department of Homeland Security.
I see a large police presence, military presence. I even saw a guy with a FBI jacket, and you only see those at the movies.
In a statement, the department said one of the ICE officers was hit by the car and dragged a significant distance. Fearing for his own life, the officer fired his weapon. Some Chicagoans saying enforcement actions are fueling fear and tragic outcomes.
While we are still uncovering the details of this particular incident, we know the increasingly aggressive tactics of ICE do not keep our communities safe.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
New York City's Democratic mayoral nominee Zohran Mamdani picked up an important endorsement on Sunday. New York Governor Kathy Hochul formally endorsed the 33-year-old. She called him a leader who is focused on making New York City affordable. Hochul's endorsement was published in the New York Times. She admits differences with Mamdani, but says he shares her commitment to keeping people safe and provide opportunities for people to grow. Some Democrats have been reluctant to endorse Mamdani because he is a Democratic socialist. The mayoral election will take place on November 4th. Let's take a look at today's NewsLink Indiana weather. These are the conditions right now. It's 75 degrees under sunny skies. Expect summer-like weather today with a high in the upper 80s, and things will stay warm and dry for most of the 7-day forecast. Highs will hit the mid and upper 80s for the entire work week. The next chance of rain is this weekend. More than $215,000 in grants have been awarded to community organizations in Muncie, each aimed at serving the public. NewsLink Indiana's Jack Wolf talks to multiple organizations about how their new funding helps serve their community.
The Muncie Delaware County Senior Center serves hundreds of individuals each month by offering a variety of events. Executive Director Julie Mears shared how their grant supports the center and its visitors.
So the funding that we have received helps us with general operating expenses, which allows us to not just keep the building open, but allows us to create new programs to everything from buy toilet paper to keeping the lights on.
The Senior Center hosts games, dances, and the Veterans Coffee Club, which draws as many as 90 guests. A full schedule can be found at MunseySeniorCenter.com. Muncie Mission serves those in need with meals, shelter, clothing, and even a medical clinic, which just received $27,000 in funding. Vice President of Community Engagement Lee Edwards discussed the impact of the grant's support.
We work very hard here at the Mission to make sure that there's never a barrier to health care, and out of that came the medical clinic. Individuals without insurance or with insurance that has high deductibles, those people are now able to come here, and we don't bill insurance, so it's completely free. And this grant has allowed us to be able to offer that option.
More information on the clinic can be found at munseymission.org. Community grants also support education, with College Mentors for Kids receiving $13,000 to pair Ball State students with elementary schoolers. Development Associate Emily Meyer said their goal is to serve 90 children this year, adding, "This grant really aids us in serving more elementary school students. From seniors to students, these grants highlight a continued investment in Munsey's community." In Muncie, Jack Wolf, NewsLink, Indiana.
To become a mentor with College Mentors for Kids, visit collegementors.org. And that's your NewsLink Indiana webcast for today. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to join us tonight at 6:57 on Ball State PBS. And for news anywhere, anytime, go to cardinalmediabsu.com.